Hey everybody, and welcome to another video. Today we are going to make a DIY kayak mud stick anchor mount. I'm not really sure if that's what I should call it, but for the sake of me filming this video right now, that is what I'm going to call it. So when I go kayak fishing, I use an anchor stick just like this. I really don't use the claw anchor that's weighted that you throw in the water on a rope. I used to use that, but the more and more I've sight fished over the years, this has been the go-to. I can use it as a push pole, I can use it as an anchor, and I usually use it in my anchor trolley. Let me flip the camera around and show you what I mean. This right here is an anchor trolley. So you can use this, put your anchor, clip your anchor, however you want to use it, but I would normally throw my mud stick right here in this triangle. And the nice thing about an anchor trolley is you can pretty much put it all the way to the bow of your boat, and if the wind is coming this way, you are going to be facing into the wind. Or you can put it all the way to the back of the boat, and if the wind is at your back and it's coming this way, then you are going to be casting super far. So this has a lot of benefits using an anchor trolley, but the more and more I kind of try and perfect the way I like to fish, I really don't use this anchor trolley as much as I used to. And I really don't recommend ever throwing your mud sticks into these holes on any kayak. That's the quickest way to get a leak. So I'm going to pretty much build something that I can just throw my mud stick in and be done with it, stop my kayak, and get on the fish quickly. Before I build this system, I want to show you guys this. This is a Railblazer rod holder, and the Hobies come with these huge rails, but not every kayak has this. And I use a lot of different kayaks and don't have this mounting system on all of my kayaks. Well, really, I only have it on this one. And so you could turn a Railblazer rod holder just to the side, and boom, throw your mud stick right in the top. There's enough clearance, and that's going to stop your kayak to get on those fish. The key is to stopping my kayak so I can quickly get on fish when I see it. I don't really care if my boat kind of turns to the left or the right with tide and waves, because this boat's stable enough for me to just turn my body and cast at the fish. But I want to build something that will work on any kayak I have, since I switch kayaks so much. Every fishing kayak has a few of these. You guys know what this is. Mine has some water in it right now, but y'all know how that goes. Just some rod holders that are integrated into the hull of the kayak. I want to build something where I can put it in this rod holder, because I don't really use these all the time. And basically it's going to come out of the rod holder, extend far enough to give me clearance on my kayak, and then it's going to have a PVC pipe where I can just drop my anchor straight in. And depending on what kayak I'm using, all of my kayaks have a fishing rod holder integrated in the kayak, so I can just pull it out of my Hobie and put it in and put it in whatever kayak I have. Made our way to the plumbing section, and we grabbed a 10-foot piece of 1 1/4 PVC pipe, just your classic white stuff. If you want the gray, I think you got to go like all the way to the other end of the store, but this stuff works just fine. And I got a few attachments here. We got 2 PVC 1 1/4 tees. So we got these. And then we got 2 of the 90-degree elbows. And I'm going to lay this out and show you what I'm thinking. So design number 1 is pretty simple. It would just go like this. All right, so imagine this is cut. And you have this guy right here. Boom. And the mud stick goes straight through. This goes into the kayak. Now I'm not sure that's going to work, because I think it's going to move around too much. So design number 2 is adding this guy in right here. So imagine that's in there. Adding this guy here and a piece of PVC going down, and that will hit the kayak. So this is pretty much the design. And of course, it's much cheaper to get a 10-foot section. That's $10, and a 2-foot section is $7. So might as well get the whole thing, and plenty of room for mess ups, trial and error. Back here in the garage, and I've got my pieces with me right here. So I've got 2 of my 90-degree elbows, 2 of my tees, and I did cut off this piece of PVC right here just to get me started. But I got a lot going right here, and my little Stanley saw. So I got my camera guy right here. He's gonna help me film this for you guys, and let's get started. So this is 1 1/4 inch right here, and it fits perfectly into the rod holder that's molded into my kayak. And so what I'm thinking first is I need to put a T here, and I might even need to use some heat to kind of bend this PVC the right way. We'll see. But I'm gonna go here, and then a little PVC here, and then a 90-degree elbow. And that's going to keep this, I think, from swinging around. And so, anyways, I just have to build it and show you and kind of let you know what I'm thinking. So I'm gonna mark this, which, how far in does this go? Oh, it's up there. All right. So I'm gonna mark my pipe. Boom, about right there. And then we're gonna cut it. We're just gonna do test fits for everything, so before we actually use cement. So that's what I'm thinking so far. And then this guy, and then just another piece of PVC that will stop it from swinging around all over the place. So about right there. So got a little piece, and boom, and then I'm thinking this in there. So I have another piece of PVC here that I put into the first tee. And then I have a 90-degree elbow that I put on. And then I have this section right here where I have another piece of PVC onto a second tee. So right now, this is what it looks like. Me and my cameraman, we decided that we are gonna try using a heat gun. And we did a test piece, and just lighting it with a torch just burns it. And we just want to get this piece right here a little bit more like this. Hoo-hoo, you see that?
Yep.
What if we can just get it to stay just like that?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be perfect?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me turn off this heat gun. And let me just get it to cool down in this shape. Just like that. That'd be the perfect angle.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully it stays still strong, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so try to cool it down faster. Here we go.
Yay.
Starting to stay?
Mm-hmm. Well, now we know it works.
That's right.
So, we just use the heat gun now.
Bingo. I know this looks a little bit funny having that crease right there, but it's giving me the perfect angle. You can see it's perfectly up and down. And so this little rig right here, that's how it looks, is going to allow me to just drop my anchor quickly and not worry about, you know, having to stick it in an anchor trolley or in some sort of like hole inside the kayak. I can literally just grab my anchor real quick and boom, drop it in this hole, and at least it will slow me down so I can hurry up and start casting, you know, at the fish. And so I wanted to just kind of do a quick DIY on this. We're going to go ahead and paint it up and we should be good to go. Before we paint it, we do got to glue it up, but I wanted to show you guys exactly what it looked like with the mud stick in there. And you can see that, especially once this is all glued up, you can see how this mud stick isn't going to go that way because of this arm. If we were to take this arm out like that, this mud stick would pretty much be able to roam kind of freely how it wants to roam, which is not how I want it to go. Like if I were to just jam this in there and just try and fish real quick, it would kind of maybe turn to the left or to the right. But adding in this little arm right here, getting it in there like that, it prevents that from happening. It's just kind of there up against the kayak, and where you put it is where you put it. And so if you guys watch any of my sight fishing videos, you'll see that I like to stand up. Once I see a fish, I usually just put my mud stick down, which I'm using this as a push pole, my mud stick. And I usually kind of lay it down on the ground or on my kayak, and I grab my rod and toss. But sometimes I also want to stop in my tracks, and I can't do that quietly, and I don't own a power pole. And you can see I actually have a Bixby mount right there, so I can't even really put a power pole on there. So this right here, as I'm standing up, is going to be the perfect option to just drop it in there and get on the fish. So we're going to cement this guy up, and we're going to paint it. Okay, number one, going on. When this said it's set up in 3 minutes, I thought, man, we're gonna have a little bit of time, but nope. We have no time. This stuff is pretty much instant. It's crazy.
You can see the glue drifting out.
A little bit?
Yeah.
Where? Down here?
Yeah.
Oh. Oh yeah, you can.
Yeah, see it?
Yeah.
It's going through.
Here. Let me clean it up. So I always keep a spare rag around while you're working, bud.
Yep.
Rylan's giving it its first little coat. Far away. Yep.
Why isn't it?
You got it. Squeeze it. There we go. Nice. There we go. We got a few coats on it. And we're going to bring it back inside and see how it looks on the kayak. Boom. Just like that. It's all done. So guys, let me know if you found this design interesting. I have other little DIYs I want to do, and you know, we're getting more consistent with posting videos on the channel. I hope you guys can see that. I hope you guys appreciate that. Make sure you watch these videos, man. It really helps us out and helps out Yak Tribe and everything that we're doing, helps out the channel. Hit that bell so you see the videos pop up when we do post them. But we're trying to do those drops for you guys and just make DIYs, fishing videos, things like that, and just have some fun. So guys, thanks for watching this video. I hope you found this fun. You guys can build this too. I mean, it's like less than 20 bucks once you put it all together. Catch you guys on the next one.